somehow.
Does seem like Will's doubting something.
However, may I speak?
Yeah, he may not have been the one who cursed the prince, but he's definitely somebody that we cannot allow to rule this country.
It'll be all right.
And he was the one who invited us to fight him in the first place. Like, this duel to the death is really on him.
We can't lose.
Yeah.
But the fact that even Will's own dialogue options seem to be very hesitant, that's not a good sign.
Besides,
Gallica, don't tempt fate, please. But yeah, Operation Prepare for the Final Battle is now complete.
that reminds me.
So now we just have to fly out there in our Skyrunner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Time marches even more inexorably onwards. The day
It's finally here.
has arrived. As Yufa says, it's finally here. I'm a little disappointed. I just become to grow accustomed to the cold. Well, maybe you and Will can live here when you get married. That's if, you know, he's not stuck in the palace, because, like, I don't know, the way that we're doing things, we're supposed to elevate the prince to the throne, but the prince hasn't really been a participant in this campaign. I don't know if the people would really accept him. Will might be locked in for the throne at this point. Actually, 7 degrees must be a real high for the Elterbury region.
At last, only a day remains.
Ah, this music is just even more fitting now!
Whatever Luis throws at us, this is where we end it.
Between him and the Criers, he's certainly made a production of this. You don't suppose it's a trap?
Nuras, you are very goaded as always to even bring up that possibility.
Nah, he just loves a battle that'll make history. That's the bastard through and through.
Once again, it's great that we have someone on our side who is just so in with his faction, because Basilio knows how he thinks better than any of us. And that knowledge could really help us in the road ahead.
Indeed. The man's in first place right now. Not much he stands to gain from subterfuge. But I'll admit, I have my own suspicions.
What? Losing your nerve, old fella? Me? I'm ready to lay the bastard out. I owe him at least one solid whack in the face from Ardell.
You can start with one for Dell. Give him 100 for yourself. If he becomes king, the kingdom is finished. Maybe even destroyed from the sounds of it.
Rella said as much too. About the country being overrun with hordes of humans. That might be his real aim. Though I can't for the life of me think why Luis would want that. I thought he'd made his name as this grand human slayer.
Well, that's the thing with Luis. He only tells you just enough of the truth. His human slaying has had a purpose, but it's a purpose that was not entirely obvious. And maybe as we face him, we'll get a little bit more understanding of what his true aim was.
At the very least, we know that Luis will not wield the king's magic to save this land.
Yeah, we gotta remember that. The royal scepter. The king took that with him after Zorba tried to grab it, but that was always Luis's aim. Why does he need that?
We have our own future we're dreaming of. For Maria and Fabienne. For Grius and Rella. We've got to win this. For everyone's sakes.
Don't forget Fidelio. I suppose Basilio already mentioned him. We only need one day to get there.
Peril.
Let's fly. We have no choice but to pursue peril. Luis called us out.
Great. Let's move out.
And so we fly.
The stage is set for the decisive battle to take place in Grand Trad. And so the Gauntlet Runner takes to the sky, He does not return within the hush of teleportation magic as a mere wanderer, but with the fanfare required of one who would claim to be prince. He is a boy no more. He stands now on equal footing with Luis, and his triumphant descent over the capital will finally make that known, whether or not his gambit is only a means to an end.
Will is finally achieving the pinnacle of his hero's journey. I love Moore's narration there. Wait, this was in the trailer, wasn't it? It's also a very rare instance of like an in-engine cutscene from the perspective of the Golem Runner rather than an anime one. Well, the sky is looking very ominously orange.
It's His Royal Highness the Prince. We've been waiting for you. Go and teach that damn Luis a lesson.
We do have, well, probably about half the country on our side at this point. It's kind of nice to be in a position where we're actually the ones cheered for once.
Finally! This is better than any of the fables. I'm putting all my money on Luis to win.
Well, get ready to lose your entire fortune then.
Sounds like they're more excited about the spectacle than about the prince being alive. Still, suppose it makes sense.
But by the faces in the sky and upon the rock, we are squarely set in second place. Even with the gap between us and Luis, the prince has faithful supporters.
Though 'tis not truly His Highness's face wrought in stone, but our captain's. After all this time, I cannot help but feel conflicted.
I suppose we will have to check in with the prince and see what he thinks about all of this one day.
Luis spares nothing for an old woman like me. Saint Rella spoke truth. We need the help of His Royal Highness the Prince.
Yeah, that is a good point. I do wonder what becomes of elderly people in an SMT Chaos society.
He's the boy with a saint's blessing. He's got to be genuine. If the Sanctus Church's power is waning, should I take His Highness's side over Luis?
Even after her confession, they still keep her words close. I suppose no amount of past sins could make them forget her genuine kindness.
That or they've realized Forden was way worse.
Seems strange to say, but we owe her a great deal. Without her, the people would never have come, much less placed their trust in us.
Well, I mean, she kind of died though, so that's not how things usually happen in real elections, but it's almost like Rella's basically put her voting preference deals towards our party now.
We can't let them down.
But looking around the city, some of the fervor seems beyond reason.
Your Highness, you can't stop at Luis. You've got to kill all the idiots who believe in him. They're not right in the head.
Okay, so we no longer like you.
That right? You're the ones who aren't right in the head. It's because of stiff old cowards like you that this country's been spinning its wheels. Not ever getting better.
Then why hasn't Luis shown up yet, eh? Sounds like he's your coward after he arranged all this too.
True enough. If he doesn't even show up after all this fuss he's made, everyone would feel like fools.
Probably going for another big, grandstanding entrance like at the royal funeral.
Yeah, all these things that are going on here, though, this stuff about, like, both the Prince and Luis's supporters becoming increasingly fanatical, this does feel very real.
Don't care what he's planning. Either way, he's dead meat.
Save your fury for the fight ahead. But still.
Over there, His Royal Highness the Prince has arrived.
Wow, and Lady Judah as well.
I say, nothing wrong with an adoring public, but this is getting more claustrophobic than the engine room. We don't want to get stuck. I'm popping back in the room.
Neurodivergent coded neuros, potentially?
Let's head to the Hushed Honeybee Inn for now. I'm sure Maria will be happy to see us back.
Doesn't that just mean that all these crowds gonna move there and, like, suddenly there'll be this gigantic crowd of people just swarming the alley and nobody in the inn will be able to sleep tonight? Although, might give the inn a lot of business. But let's not go full. This is my favorite store on the Citadel for them.
All the customers say they're on your side. I was surprised at how popular you are.
Have you been doing okay?
It's kind of funny to say this after we just spent time with her.
Everything was fine. Everyone kept talking about you a lot, so I didn't get so lonely.
I never thought Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, I'm sure he'd say the same. You'd better get some rest tonight. Come on, Maria. It's time you went to bed.
I wish we could stay up and talk more. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you.
It's finally happening.
You know, it's suddenly really hitting me just how far we've come, because the Hushed Honeybee Inn was where we planned our first operation, all the way back in the Grand Cathedral. Now we're here again, right before the end.
We've got to win this. For Grius' sake, too.
Victory is in our grasp. We once thought it impossible to save His Highness the Prince, after all, and he now lives.
But without the king's wards, we'll be fighting on even ground. He won't make this easy on us.
And you can see the pictures on the wall there of all of the landmark pictures we've given Maria.
The king's magic lived up to the legends. Capable of shaking the world itself. Every man, woman, and child has been at its whims for months.
Not the kind of power any of us want in Luis's hands.
But will this fight truly settle everything? By the spell's own rules, the throne will go to whoever wins the most support.
Yeah, the king only revoked the protection magic. He didn't revoke the election magic itself.
Even after this battle, the crown's fate isn't set. We saw how the people's hearts have been whipped to dangerous passions. When the dust settles...
Whatever they make of it, we've come this far. All we can do now is finish our fight and strike to kill. Any less, and Luis will cut us down.
Suppose there's really no one left who can rival Luis or us, so if one of them dies, the other one basically wins by default.
Indeed. Let us now devote ourselves to victory, and then worry of what comes after. We must believe in all we've yet accomplished.
But it does make me wonder, what does Luis stand to gain from doing this fight before the race for the throne is over, as per the royal magic? This almost seems like he's eager to end this decisively early. Wouldn't that mean that he's afraid of us, though?
This should be our last battle against Luis. I'm just trying to stay hopeful. Knowing how far we've come. Now you've awoken your archetype. Forged friendships. And taken so many burdens on your shoulders. You've really risen to this fight.
This is just the beginning. We've still got a long road ahead.
True enough. We haven't even won against Luis yet. And even when we do, that won't be the end of it.
Yeah, you're aware there's more game to come.
But it takes me back. If the prince could see you now, he'd be pretty proud of you. Don't you think? I mean, you and he were best friends. Best friends. Wait, what?
What's the matter?
Oh, sorry. I felt like I'd misspoke for a second or something. Don't mind me. Anyway, we'll make sure this is the end for Luis. Gotta report our victory to His Highness personally, right?
And now we get another rank up for Gallica, finally.
It's like I'm seeing the prince smile again.
But we still haven't unlocked the final tiers of the mage line.
Right. Let's get some rest. We'll need it come tomorrow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been ages. Also, hi, Heisman Basilio, you appear to be sharing our room. Guess there's not a lot of rooms in this place. Alright, Triangle Gallica.
That man.
Yeah, there's something, I don't know, there's something a little off here. Why is Luis so fixated on having this duel? We've still got about a month until the election ends. As Basilio says, don't get careless now. You don't need to prepare your archetypes just yet, though. Tomorrow we'll have a chance to visit shops and the like. Yeah, let's go to bed.
Good night.
Does feel like this place is basically our other home besides the Gauntlet Runner itself.
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies.
The location of the Elder Sanctum has finally been exposed. Also, yeah, Zorba no longer has to wear that fake Sanctus robe. Finally gets to show his true colors.
Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in. An old village, erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder? Last trampled by Forden's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
Yeah, Forden's dead, and somehow we're finding out that he just keeps getting even worse.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gambit. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Forden did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir, a threat to his power, before his birth was known. The prince's survival, his complete disappearance, this was the missing piece.
So then, when he survived, he resorted to another assassination attempt.
Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
Now, the battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own preparations.
Let's just hope Luis is like, oh crap, I forgot to equip my most optimal accessory.
If you call yourself the prince, then I will give you a prince's end. And I have just the spell to do it.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Him setting down that novel, could that be symbolism perhaps? Also, let's all just draw attention to the fact that, he mentioned...
Did you sleep well? Ready to face the day?
That, Forden's lackeys burned that village to the ground, presumably killing a lot of innocent elder, and yet Luis has no qualms with ordering Zorba to do the exact same thing to the place. And hence, Luis.
This time, I won't let you down.
Stop that. You never have before, and you won't start today. Try to relax, and don't let this weigh too heavy on your shoulders.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Okay, hang on, sorry. Now is not the right time to be worrying about this, but Maria has not met Yufa. I don't think she's even met Haizumi, or Basilio.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, give him hell.
You know, we could actually do that literally. Give him a Hellfire dance and then hit him with the Dragon God over and over again. That's a very valid strategy, as Luis has no weaknesses.
Can we talk?
Yeah, make sure you have everything you need. Finally, we are back here. We help anyone in trouble? Well, it's the reverse of the That's My Favorite Store in the Citadel. The Honeybee Inn is the place that officially endorses our campaign. That's nice. And at least some people here are rooting for us. Unfortunately, the execution place is probably still running. Oh, wow. Wow. That guy's actually introspecting.
What to do?
Yeah, something tells me that there's going to be riots if we do stop Luis as well. His supporters are not going to take it lying down. I want to check if Moore has any special dialogue today. I'm not sure he will, but we'll see.
Has something happened?
Ah, okay, he does.
All right.
Well, that's interesting advice to know. Also, wish us luck, cat.
Stranger things have happened.
He's finally introspected too. Is Grand Trad finally becoming not racist? Has hell frozen over? So the shops here actually have new, far stronger weapons for almost every archetype. Increases dark attack strength. Unfortunately, we can't possibly have unlocked the Warlock yet. Cursed Blade Nile. Normal attacks inflict hex is interesting. Fists of Justice. Increased critical chance is pretty cool. Oh, you know what? I think I will take the Orichalcum Bow. I probably should use Sniper for this. Like, it's kind of been Will's go-to class for my run of the game, at least.
Yeah.
Also, Heisman has definitely fallen behind on his weapon. Ah, okay, we have a better axe. Normal attacks inflict burn. And you can still buy the old weapons they had. And here are the new armors they have available, including the Orichalcum Mail. Everything here is very, very expensive, though. I do feel confident enough in my abilities. Actually, is there anything else? Yeah, we got more of these. Really, it's just stat boosters.
It's just too much.
It is kind of sad that these people are only starting to respect us because we're powerful. Why are Rudolph's posters still? Actually, like I've been in places in Australia where like there were still campaign posters for candidates up like 6 months after the election was over. Sometimes cleanup crews just take forever, or can't be bothered.
And what is it you want?
So yeah, finally get the effective Katharina's discount at the general store. So you guys are now selling, not really all that much of significance.
Closure.
This guy is going to be leaving. Considering that he was racist to us earlier in the story, we're not going to miss him. But yeah, we can upgrade the leader's semaphore into the captain's semaphore into the general semaphore, which will give you auto Mataru, which I think I will take. Can actually make 2 of these, because I stole the second one, but it's rare that I'm going to be using 2 commanders. And I should probably get one... Oh, actually, no. Luis doesn't use weaknesses of light and dark, so in a way that's kind of good, because it encouraged you to use Basilio. I'll take the dark resistance, though. And always remember that they do sell Balms of Life here, if you are so inclined. And as usual, can't exit the church without turning around the camera. The true horror of this place. Oh no, I see Luis posters, and there's a lot of them. Maybe we could practice for that fight by using our ultimate synthesis attacks on those posters. You're not going to be launched directly into the fight, don't worry. And ages ago, we could come here to buy the soothing sweet buns to cure anxiety. We might be needing some of those soon. Now, eventually the Grand Trad shops do change their stock a bit, but I think right now they're still stuck on the early game stuff. Oh boy, we're almost there, so... Really, you have flexibility here. Because he has no weaknesses or resistances, any strategy will work. So I probably just want to put in the people who really want to be here. And obviously, Basilio didn't get to fight Luis the first time, so we're bringing Basilio now. And yeah, Dragon God plus Hellfire Dance is really effective, but also Stroll and Hulkenberg would really like to be here too. However, Heisme is the one who has my buffs, so like there's a lot of directions that I could go with this. How much synthesis does this party enable? Oh, some very strong stuff. Wanton Destruction, Battlecry Tackle. Hulkenberg gets Crusader's Hammer, that's not bad. And Stroll gets Windblade. What happened if I swap Stroll over to General, though? Do I still get... I still have Wanton Destruction, but I've lost Crusader's Hammer. Okay. I think I'd rather go Samurai, then. Yufa is going back into Summoner in case I need her later.
Belong to a priestess.
Oh, I've completely forgotten about this! Fitting, because Milo. But, the Narcissus Brooch is actually insane. Magic plus 15, luck plus 15. And that's going on Yufa, not Juna, because I'm biased. Oh, that's not a bad idea for Basilio. I want the Claw Breakers on Will so that he has no weakness. So Stroll here is going to be weak to wind, and Hulkenberg is going to be weak to electricity. I do have greatly increases evasion against wind, even though it's going to drop his defense quite a bit. I suppose my issue is that Stroll doesn't really have a lot of, like, actually strong attacks. Oh, right, and I definitely want charge. Now we have some much stronger things to inherit onto Yufa. Do I get healing? Or... oh, that's also nice. Because, like, these are outclassed by the Eagle Lion summons, I feel. Hulkenberg really has all the healing that I want. I think I'll take this. Okay, you can get Diligent Discipline for more crit rate, and I suppose that's better than nothing. Are we ready? Well, in the words of Yufa, I certainly pray we are. Is it just Luis's face on the rock there? Are we even here? Oh, no, there we are. We're on the back of it. Hopefully not for long. When this is over, there's only going to be one face up there on that rock. Just an important note, once you start this fight with Luis, you will be hijacked by plot for quite some time. Make sure you make all your preparations that you want in town. You are going to lose access to a lot of stuff for a while, so... with that in mind, let's do this.
Ready?
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are.
Yeah, the guy who's essentially the boss of the organization employing you is dead now, and now this whole thing is just Luis versus us, with us pretty much being the only candidates left in the running. Yeah, this entire race of the throne's gone completely off the rails.
I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me, as a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight.
You know, I did say ages ago that I wanted to say who Battleon reminds me of, and I think now's probably a good time. It's Anthony Green. Now, he's an Australian election analyst who, you can look him up if you want the full story, but he retired after the most recent Australian election, but he was just phenomenal. There are videos out there of, like, most recent prime ministers in, like, Australian memory of both political parties praising that guy. So, yeah, essentially, he's a journalist, election analyst. I really respect him, a lot of people do, and that one does remind me of the fantasy equivalent of him to an extent.
Woo! Live free, crier! Fight the power! Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength, worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the boot!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Anytime now. Anytime.
Yeah, here he comes.
It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
Just had to once again show up in his gigantic runner and make a huge impression on everyone.
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general.
If by domestic conflicts you mean the human attacks, he also caused those, so I'm not sure that counts. But yes, this minor nobleman that he's the adopted son of, we haven't really heard this before, but I don't know if we ever meet that guy.
Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne.
Well, okay, thing about this is that, the other His Highness that he attacked, totally guilty of.
Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna among them. The time has come to demonstrate his power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run.
What, like I just ran from the Black Knight battle in my streams shortly before I recorded this?
This all began with the king's failures. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed.
I mean, that may be true, but if you become king, things are gonna be even worse.
You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
Oh, interesting question. Huh. These are all kind of negative in a sense. I feel like to me this is like the least negative of them.
The intellect to resolve everything.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
Power! My Lord Luis, kill him now! Only the strong can rule!
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say. Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain. Hear this! Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals? Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
Yeah, I was about to say that, but I knew that he'd also say the same thing if I let him. Yes, also, this right here is like, I so desperately want to say that this is crazier than any IRL political debates, but sadly, no, it isn't.
If your equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most, then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words. Come then, and act your part in this showdown. I have a new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come. We're finishing this, here and now.
So, once again, this fight is fairly basic, though he does have a few more moves than the first time. But still, no weaknesses or resistances. Let's see. Actually, let's start with a defense drop.
There is no escape from me. Samurai.
Okay, start off with the formation of Vigor here. Funny how Stroll's like the second fastest person in this group.
Not bloody likely.
No, it is definitely not bloody likely, but unfortunately I'm gonna have you jump back and use charge to set yourself up. He does have that equipment that will increase his damage while in the front row. I am wondering what happens if I use Holy Knight's Proclamation. That's only Slash, Strike, and Pierce attacks. I think I will actually try and go for this. She is one of the people here who has a weakness, so
annihilate you.
He'd likely be going for that anyway. Okay. Oh! Oh yes! Finally! It didn't work against Rudolph, but getting it for the first time here is certainly, even more fitting in a sense. Okay, do I have any cool... Okay, I got Crimson Moon Sword Art or Windblade. I could also concentrate on Stroll. You know what, let's actually go ahead and, sorry, I meant Charge. I was thinking, SMT terms.
We settle this here. To the front.
I thought you were going to say end now. I was waiting for the end now. But yeah, no, let's go for Wanton Destruction to set up a weakness. Come on, Charged Wanton Destruction. Yeah, that's good damage. Is that the most damage that I've ever done in this playthrough? Wind. Okay, he's going for, Stroll, pretty sure. Okay, that miss there overrode the press turn that he gained. Okay, unfortunately, I think I actually need to... I don't think I have, like, any buffing foods or anything. If I want to keep my attack buffs up, I need to, not go for the attack with Stroll this turn, but Stroll... I have plenty of time to unleash his charged attack. Okay, I'm not gonna use up my, thing. I'm gonna, once again, have you hop back and charge. It's interesting how you don't really get access to charge until very late in this game.
It would appear you have the metal to defend your claims. Then I need not hold back either. I will annihilate you!
Okay, 4 turn icons. Going for... Oh, still wind, yeah. Aha, yeah! Good thing I gave you that!
I strike to kill.
Yeah, again, having our weaknesses covered is really helping us out here a lot. We're all also fully healed. I wonder if in that case, maybe... No, I'm not sure that's a great idea. Honestly, I think I might actually just pass my turn. Will is gonna jump back to the back row and hit him with the smashing salvo again. 1,000 damage without even charge. Speaking of charge, you are still charged, so let's try Thunderblade. Don't think I've used that before. Okay damage, but now, charge up one. This might actually end it.
Good. Very good. Yours is a worthy power. One untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks.
No, yeah, wanted destruction spam is not a cheap trick by your definition, apparently.
However,